Well, I am so happy and grateful to have a very dear special friend of mine on tonight for Sharon's uh, what mine Sharon's Hall of Records. And what we're doing every month is we have different healers that are coming on, either physical healers or spiritual healers, because there's so many different ways to heal. And the beauty of it is that being in our group, and we invite people that we know and love, we can learn a lot of great things about that. So I've known Rhonda probably for, I don't know, maybe going on 2 years or something like close to that. And we met in a women's group. And so she's just been an amazing person. I can't wait to have you on. But first want to share with you a little about her bio. Well, actually, it's a really good bio. And this is, let's see, the date is February the 24th. So I'm always on with Sharon's Hall of Records on the fourth Thursday of the month. So now getting to talk about Rhonda, who I love to talk about because she's so fun. So, and her name is Rhonda Levick. She's a speaker, published author, certified health mentor, founder of the Fresh Inspiration Show, which you'll have to find out more about. With over 10 years in the business world, 20 years of experience in health and wellness industry, she has overcome personal health struggles by learning how to stop, reframe, and revitalize. And also she says, and she'll tell us more about this, I'm sure, a negative mindset can destroy positive intentions, leading to the same poor results over and over again. So this is a story that I really can't wait to hear. Rhonda was on thyroid medication for 20 years. And she is going to share the key to vitality and success through using both physical and emotional awareness. She speaks to audiences internationally on how to increase vitality and clarity of mind so that they can live a life and have a business that they love. So Rhonda is frequently featured guest on local television stations, best-selling author and founder. I mentioned the Fresh Inspiration Show. And so she also Northern California, Las Vegas, Arizona, and now an international show podcast. And I think it's Roku TV. I don't know much about that, but anyway, so, and I've got all of her links, and I can probably put those links in the chat so that you can see on all the places where she comes up. But she it's been wonderful being on this healing journey with Rhonda. We have been able to support each other in amazing ways, which I, absolutely love. And let's see. She also has a gift for us, which she'll tell us about. So on Facebook, I think her Fresh Inspiration Show is on Facebook, and then she'll tell you the rest. So I'm not going to talk anymore. So Rhonda, I really want to hear from you. I really want to hear about your thyroid story, because I haven't heard that story before, and I'm sure the people that are here with us would love to hear that as well. So thank you for coming on with me.
Sharon, it's really fun listening to you talk about me, right? Because you're warming the stage, and I feel like, we did talk about the Fresh Inspiration Show. I just had a show earlier today, and I do a 3 to 4 hour show. It's been 6 hours before too, depending on the guests that I have on. It happens every month. The production of that is high energy. I'm standing the whole time. That is not something that would have come easy to me if I didn't understand the tools that create vitality and truth, that I can really truly do this, especially with dealing in the past with thyroid stuff. And so I want to get into that. The Before I do, real quick, you brought up the Fresh Inspiration Show. I feel like we're all partnering in when we come together like this in Zoom, and then however you disperse this out. I feel the same way about my show. I really get excited when I go into a group and I get to meet new people. It just brings so much curiosity for me. And I believe that was one of the components that I was missing when I was struggling a lot with, specifically speaking, my vocals, thyroid, is that I forgot my kid. I forgot my kid sense. My perfect world, we all have perfect, like what would be perfect and make me happy? Not that it has to be like this, but I wake up in the morning, I go, what's my perfect world? And I want everybody to feel this, that you don't have to have this. It's just fun to know it's possible. So I think about the passion of that. It's me being 6, 8 years old right now. Feel it in my body. There's like nothing wrong with me, and it just feels so good. But I have the earthly experience of all these experiences of the ups and downs, and the day stress, how to clear that, how to stay motivated. And so I believe we all need mindset transformation entertainment. And that's why I'm wearing my big blue jacket and red. And I was even thinking about these fake diamonds that I have because I love looking snazzy. And I feel like I'm a character, and I feel we all are, because we're all being individuals. And I believe that's where our journey starts, is understanding that we can take the mask off. At first, it feels extremely vulnerable, and I'm speaking to my health and wellness journey. And so when I started acknowledging that I wasn't showing up as myself, I realized how lonely I was. And it brought me right into my thyroid experience. I was taking this small, little, beautiful pill that was taking care of me since I was 29, on medicine almost 20 years. And something came to me, and it was me getting hard. It was hard for me to get out of bed. So kind of like hovering above, just kind of watching myself laying there, and I really wasn't in my body, except I could feel the pain, but I knew that I was not in my body. And it was nothing about, passing on or anything like that. I actually started acknowledging that I was afraid to be in my body. And it took me into a space where all of a sudden I was like, here, wait, I can hear words and phrases that are going on that are starting to make me realize why I've been on this thyroid journey. And it started with, you're ugly, you're dumb. And like, I don't want to say too much more, but I heard this stuff. And I'm like, here, wait, why is it doing that? Like the cerebral sense, what is going on? I realized then that probably what's happening to me is happening to so many. And I've been speaking about this because I've been in the health industry for 20 years, but I've been coaching for like 12. But it's only really been 4 years since I've been off of medicine and going through this journey. So I've been coaching for a while. All of a sudden, it came to truth that I need to get off of medicine. Now, it's crazy thinking that, because sometimes we don't want to get off medicine right away. It's like you want to kind of do your slow process. For me, I understood the thoughts that I was having. It's been hurting me all my life. And since fourth grade, there was an incident where I was feeling pains in my stomach, to ninth grade, my body was perfectly healthy. But there was a day where, for about a week, where I just couldn't get out of bed. And if I did, I'd black out instantly. And so
Wow.
there's these big incidents that happened to me in my life. And I said, if I stop taking this medicine, what's going to happen? And it's been the beginning of this journey of aches and pains, weight gain, snoring at night, all this stuff. And this is why it's beautiful, is that I get to face what I'm not showing up for because I'm not masking it. And I've been going deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's beautiful because it helps me show up in a way that I get to realize that the aches and pains I had in my body before I was taking medicine, I don't have those anymore. The hair loss that I was having, it's like gobs, I'd go in the shower and tons coming out. I'm not on medicine. I don't have that anymore. My new story is my body is perfect the way it is. And I'm gonna have my ebbs and flows. So now I'm gonna listen to my mind and acknowledge that I'm doing some imprints in my body when I go into the negative spot. In my wanting to be 8 years old, this is where it comes to truth. Is I want to be at that delicate state so I can tell everybody, I love you. I love you. And truly mean it. And that to me makes me want to cry. But I said it so much, so now my heart just explodes. Now I'm not going to cry, but when I first started saying it, I'd be like, oh, and clean it up.
Yes. Well, thank you for being so transparent. I think it's so great for all of us to hear. We all have stuff, and yet we feel like, maybe everybody else is so good at this and that or the other thing. And when we don't feel that way ourselves. And basically, I think we're all connected, and we're probably all the same in so many ways. That we all have these things that we go through, and when we can come together like this and share them with each other, then we can really see that no, we're not crazy and we're not the only one. And yet, we just then find tools, I think. Do you have any? I know the mindset is very, very big, is a very big tool. Other than mindset, are there like vitality, health tools or tips or something that you would like to share?
Oh, sure, my friend. So saying all that, it's like, well, okay, so Rhonda, you're in the health industry. So what does that mean while you're sharing those stories and you're saying that you're an expert? It's really cool because I get to do it in front of everybody. So let me tell you some tools. Why you want to be able to really share this with people is that they feel safe. They know that you're not perfect, but we all have a story and it's consistently growing in that story. So then people don't feel judged. And if they get aches and pains, they don't get scared and say, "Oh, Rhonda doesn't have that because she's off of medicine. How'd she do it?" I tell you, I have serious aches and pains, but I would say it's about 10% of my time. Most of the time, I'm actually full on moving forward. And that's because of the daily stuff. So the tools are, I call it the three energy revitalized pillars. And you can go in deep and deep and deep, as deep as you want. Surface level, those pillars, if you only take one of the pillars, it's only going to serve you a portion of what your health and wellness, your vitality is. Pillar one, it's about food, it's about that connection. Pillar two, mindset flow, acknowledging words and phrases that you're saying. If we really speak about 60,000 words to ourselves, inside people don't really know what we're saying to ourselves. And we know about 80% of that supposedly is negative. We got that mind going. Then this is a really important pillar. Then pillar three is about body movement. And it can be right when you wake up, stretching, know how to open up the kidneys, stretch, open up how to open up the heart and the liver, and you're already increasing your vitality, not by doing old school that you have to do all this cardiovascular and all that kind of stuff. So when you have the three pillars, you can acknowledge that that's why diets don't work, because we're really focused in on food and being restricted. How about freedom? So all three pillars about freedom, what feels good to you, and then you get to play in that area so that the stuff that you like fits in one of those pillars, but make sure you have all three of them because that stabilizes your process. And so the tip is What do you enjoy in your food right now? Do it. Enjoy it. Find those recipes. Number two, anything that you find in your pillar in the mindset, what makes you feel good? Keep going towards that, learn from others. And the other one is the body movement. Do what you like right now. That's the basic tip around those.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing you say is whatever it is that we do that's going to give us more life is if we love it. So just like, in some of you are in my groups and have gone through writing a vision, and we want to feel expansive, not contractive. And that's exactly what you're saying. I guess that's got to be the balance of
Right?
good health.
Yeah, so of course I have specific ideas when you're in my community, the Vitality Heart community. I give you cooking stuff. I say, come on, let's play. There's a body movement class that happens once a week. There's those things. So I know how to direct that. But I mean, we only get a half an hour together. So how does this work as a tip? It truly is find what you love. And if you don't know yet, baby steps. If you do know, quantum leap it, have some fun, and always know when you feel restricted, take a step back. Never are have tos. It's all about freedom.
I love it. I love it. And you mentioned the vitality. I believe you have a website. Why don't you tell us like how to get a hold of you? I know we've got your website, and I
Yeah.
think I put some of that stuff in the chat. But tell us about the two things that you have. I think they might be different Facebook groups.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's go with the website. So the website is rhondalevick.com. And you're going to notice that Liebig is German. So it looks like lie big. Liebig in German means heart and love. So it's a
Oh,
beautiful last name. So you want to go there, rhondalevick.com.
is
About
that's the special gift?
yep, and the gift in there is that you're going to be able to take a vitality kind of check-in. And I'm going to find out through this 7 questions of things so I know if you're kind of stuck and clogged in your liver. And there's going to be 7 more questions to help to see if you are stuck in your kidneys. And so that's my specialty to understand the physicality of the body, how the organs work, and it's real basic. So you get a quiz, and then you also get to know how to use the 3 energy revitalized pillars to help you. So rhondalevick.com, you want to go there and kind of play around. There's some stuff in there. And then I do have a group, and in a month it's actually going to be a membership group. So if you get in there now, that's where we you're the founder and you don't get charged anything. So I'm going to close it off real soon, and it's where we do the Fresh Inspiration Show. So we do the Fresh Inspiration Show in there. Sharon Karen did a 6-week expert series, so had her back to back in there. We do motivational stuff. Every Tuesday, I'm going to start teaching around the 3 energy revitalized pillars. And every Friday, I get challenged by my assistant, and she says, hey, Rhonda, what is it about being authentic? You're busy and you're doing this. Is it truth that you can keep your heart open the whole time? Tell us how that is. And she just calls me out on things. And so I get to like actually be a leader. And because this is cool, because it's not me just starting a Facebook Live. My VA says, I'm challenging you on something. So on Fridays in that group, she'll throw something out there, and at 7 a.m., I'm reading it. I'm going, okay, what do I want to talk about here? And it becomes really fun, high energy. That group is a fun one. So I've one group, and it's the Fresh Inspiration Show, Mindset, Transformation, Entertainment. And the other group, Sharon, is the private group for the Vitality Heart community. And that's the clients that are in that one.
Okay, and can people get into the private group? How does that work?
Of course, just doing some things with me. Like if you're a speaker and you want to be on the show and you're like, I want to do things with you, Rhonda, you're going to go in that group because you get to do certain things within the group and even highlight your business and different things. So that you'd be in that group I'd put you in. If you are looking for a health coach and you want to be doing things with me, that's when you'd go in that group and you get the extra support with the community. Plus, you'd get all the body movement and all that. So I mean, there's different angles to get in there, but the overall hub is called the Vitality Heart Hub, and this is where I like to be, right here in the heart.
And when we have an open heart, we have an open mind. And
So
that's
true. Yeah.
such a beautiful thing. I just wanted to ask you, I know we've worked together spiritually, and with the Akashic work that I did with you, how did that help you in your business or in what you do in your vitality business coaching, or how did that work for you?
Yeah. Wow, Sharon, that is a really big question. It's so easy to answer. I feel like when we learn from each other and we learn something, it tethers everything else we do. So, what you taught me as you opened up my Akashic records and I learned more about myself is I understood that I was in alignment with what, my space is here on earth. I was like, okay, but what it actually did is it gave me that feeling of zen and some adjustments I wanted to do to really keep my heart warming up is that I understood that I'm here to give a lot of love to people. And with that work and understanding that, I learned that what I am doing here on earth is actually the right thing. It's in alignment. And it helped me adjust certain things that I was doing that didn't feel like I was getting out to people because I want to get out to as many people as possible. And so it's not just about me. So how do I do that? And so that helped me with that. It helped me. I even cried because I really realized that I was in this kind of insecure state about proving and proving and proving to people that you can be in the heart center and yes, this is true. How I show up in vulnerability. Yes, that's me. This isn't fake. And my family will say that. Like the way I talk now, I talk to Jeff, my hubby that's been with me for 24 years. My mom and I have a very good relationship, but you have your ups and downs with your mom and daughter relationship. And how do you work through that? How do you talk about those things? How do you get in partnership? And so I learned that, all right, my heart needs to show up more. I don't need to have anything that's up and holding me back because I don't have to prove because I go in and out of this thing like, oh, people don't believe it, and that brought me down and frequency. And now when you opened up my Akashic records, I was like, here, wait, I get to go everywhere. It doesn't, I don't have to prove anything. I just get to be. And I thought that I was being. But now I actually truly get to, meaning you partnered with me, shared some things, and now when I wake up in the morning, instead of being scared, which I spent most of my life, which I didn't understand, I was waking up like scared. I have night tremors and all these different things happening. I had no idea that that was not normal. And I'm laughing because I'm like, we're like, oh yeah, obvious. But no, because the stuff and the pain that we deal with, the stuff and the pain I was dealing with, I didn't know I was dealing with it because it was me. So when I wake
It's
up in
all
the
you
morning,
knew. It's all
this
you knew.
morning, I had a song in my head and it's been happening. Like I was like, and there's this song where I'm waking up to it. I used to do that as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet. So sweet. Yes, and even your daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So
very
Kirsten got to sit with Sharon also, and Sharon was sharing with Kirsten like what her purpose was here in this world. And it's really cool because we get lost. So I have a 16-year-old daughter, and what Sharon shared with Kirsten, Kirsten's like, "Oh yeah, I know." because Sharon got to her early enough.
She
And she goes, no, that's me. And Sharon's like, this is what you are, darling. This is what's going on. And Kirsten's like, oh, and it made Kiki happy. But it also was like, I go, Kirsten, now I know even more about you. And she's like, I go, don't you want to celebrate? She goes, okay. And it was like, because it was no big deal because it
yeah.
aligned before she got in her 20s and she gets lost and all these kinds of things. Now she's able to talk about college and where she wants to go because she's talking about being a therapist because she knows she's
Ah,
on the adventure and one of the unique kids that come in, the Crystal kids, that are all about helping people find their way because we are dealing with some very, very big stress. I'm not a Crystal child. It wasn't my time. I'm here for love. My daughter's here to say, I got your back. And she does that with her friends. And
yes.
and she lets people go when it's time for them to go. And she understands why she's been doing that now. So you really helped my daughter understand and see and hear herself. So this work is,
I'm so happy and grateful. So happy and grateful. Well, is there anything, you would like to say to everyone before I'm gonna quit the recording and then we'll do some Q&A.
yeah, if I could just have a minute, I guess. This is cool. I didn't know this was gonna happen, which I love this spontaneity here, Sharon.
Well, you're the queen of spontaneity and your new name, Moxie. What tell us your new meme or your
Yeah, so Rhonda Levick is about love. When I go out and I speak, and it's Rhonda Lou Moxie, and it's about being in that spiritual journey. Lou is like around that kind of Eastern kind of, and Moxie is, I'm gonna kick your butt with some fun. Let's do it. So I love, like I said, love to kind of play with this, but I'm keeping it grounded. We're sitting here and playing,
of course.
and I invite you into play too. What I want to say right now that's coming to me is I love the quote, if we keep doing the same thing that we've always done, we cannot expect different results. We can't. And if we keep going that route, the pain that we feel and the hurt and the craziness that's happening out there, which it's always been, crazy out there, meaning I was absorbing a lot of it. So when you feel that, that's where we get to shift. So if you do the same thing you've always done, you're going to get the same results, but it's crazy when you think that it's going to get different results. One last thing here. When you're working out and you go, why did I stop that workout? And you go back to that workout and then you stop again. You go, why did I? And you keep questioning. You go, oh, because I just can't finish things. I want to tell you, that's where that quote is very important. Maybe that workout
Yes.
doesn't fit you and go find something like right now that fits you and you go, well, because I lost weight and that's why I lost weight, so I want to do that. It's like, you will, don't worry about that. Do what makes you happy. So that quote to me is very important, and I hope that that means something to you, and that's what I'll part with you today on that note.
Thank you so much. That is definitely one of my most favorites. Yes. So, it's kind of like what do they say? The definition of crazy, is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Like, how's that going to work? So yes, we make changes, but like you said, you can make them fun. Rhonda, you always make everything fun, so the changes can be fun. They don't have to be hard or terrible. You don't have to take all the things that you love out of your life. As a matter of fact, it's just like you said with the pillars. I love that, because it's like, find what you like and then do that, because your body will welcome it with
Hmm.
that positive mindset. So I just love being in this space with you, and I thank you for being on uh, Sharon's Hall of Records and sharing with your healing techniques with us. There's no one way to heal. There's lots of good ways, and it's not a one size fits all. So that's why I'm grateful for you, Rhonda. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll just, until next time. I actually have somebody coming on in a month, Dr. Kira, and she's going to talk about archetypes. And I don't know anything about that, but that's going to be next month. So tune in if that's something that you want to know about. So lots of love to you and to all the listeners. And until we meet again next month, and go get your free gifts from Rhonda. You will love those. So good. Have a good evening. I'm going to stop the recording.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.